Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we got for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is set to release on both the Nintendo Switch and on PC on June 30th. And today I wanted to check out with you guys the brand new crazy armor sets that they're showcasing for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, as well as the new weapon abilities that are being added in. This time we're going to be checking out two separate trailers for the dual blades and the light bowgun. These are the last two weapons that we needed to see showcases for, so that means that every single one of the 14 weapons in Monster Hunter Rise has officially had their silk bind and new switch skill swaps been revealed. So first and foremost, let's start right away with the brand new dual blade silk bind attacks, which I think are gonna really make a lot of dual blade players really happy. And first and foremost, we are checking out that Agnesam master rank armor that is looking pretty good. Definitely, for sure, I think one of the best looking master rank armors they've showcased so far, separate from the ones for new monsters. When it comes to the actual switch skills, they do showcase that the silk bind attack that they showcased first is a spiral slash, which is a silk bind attack where your body acts as a drill as your blades bore into the target's flesh. Now this one is one of the ones that we did see multiple times. I believe it was against the Garangolm match that they had with the Luna Garen armor and dual blades. They did showcase this specific spiral slash attack multiple times there, where you pretty much have your hunter kind of like spin themselves forward in a thrusting drill format directly into a monster. Whichever directional way you actually want to go, your hunter is going to be able to be ready to go, flinging themselves forward into the monster themselves. When they do begin to showcase the actual switch skill swaps, they do showcase that you have the piercing bind, which is pretty much one of those big forward pokes. Is a basic attack that you're going to be able to do. Then you switch skill swap directly into the spiral slash, which you are going to be able to fling yourself forward with the wire bugs, and that's kind of like what gives you the directional input for you to be able to kind of do a whole heck of a lot of options. They do showcase another one as well, where you have the spirit round slash combo. This one is rather a basic combo that they do showcase. Then they do a switch skill swap into another new silk bind attack, the slash combo. This one is kind of like thrusting themselves forward into like a 360 spin kind of a thing, both blades in hand. Then they do a back twirl kind of situation to the left. Presumably you could do it to the opposite side, to the right, and then they kind of just stand there in the stance. What they do showcase right after that, I think, is so cool. They do a slash combo, a spiral slash, then they switch into demon mode, switch skill swap, then they do a spirit sound slash combo, a piercing bind, and a feral demon mode. I mean, they just go to town on this Magnum Allo right here, and it is just insane the level of hits you're going to be able to do. So status dual blades right here are just going to be eating up that status on a monster, because you are just going to have so many options to be able to just do quick attacks, fast attacks, presumably hard-hitting attacks as you enter demon mode, and you are just going to be able to just dish out nasty damage with the dual blades. So it's looking really promising. The dual switch skill swap with the dual blades is really going to be one of those things that is going to be a game changer for that weapon. Not that it really needed the benefits to begin with, but there you have it. Now switching over to the light bowgun, this is of course going to be the last weapon that we're going to be checking out, and you are going to notice that we are looking at some Rakna master rank armor and a really interesting light bowgun, which I'm not necessarily sure what to make of that one. It could be orange Bishitans, doesn't quite look like that. It could be another monster that we haven't necessarily seen just yet. I don't necessarily. It could be Teostra, to be quite honest. I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen that one before. Although Teostra's weapon, I do believe, is the 4-barrel cylinder, kind of like cannon. So I'm not sure what to make of this weapon. We'll just have to wait and see which one it is. I'm really just guessing, because I don't quite necessarily know as of yet. But when it comes to the actual silk bind attacks that we do see, they showcase the Wyvern counter. This is an urgent retreat that fires a shot with a massive set of recoil. So you actually get to see the Blood Orange Bishitan, interestingly enough, kind of like throw a fireball, and then you see the hunter kind of like fling themselves forward or backwards, if you will, just kind of getting out of a situation, but you don't get a shot in that. So all it is just basically wasting a silk bind to kind of counter an attack and get out of the way, you're not actually getting free damage out of any of that, which out of all the counters that we've seen so far, that one seems kind of like weak, because every counter so far has had some kind of counter attack to it, where this one just kind of just flings you backwards, which something that you could easily just do trying to avoid the attack to begin with. But you know, it does, maybe it gives you some damage boost. They don't showcase that and they don't explain that, but really seems like a wasted opportunity for this weapon to actually have a counter that is kind of nonsensical, because it doesn't give you extra damage. They do showcase a switch skill swap after the fanning maneuver into the wyvern counter. So again, you just kind of fling yourself forward in a really weird situation that I'm not quite sure what to make of it. We'll just have to wait to see it in game to see what it actually does. The next one I think is perhaps a little bit better, but not by much. You get to see that the hunter is kind of just doing marksman shots. So these are just your basic normal attacks. The hunter starts with 5 shots. Presumably these are just normals. Then they do the switch skill swap into a critical firepower. And you're going to notice that the hunter typically was doing, I believe, 87 damage is what they showcased originally. 2 shots of 87 damage. Then they do the switch skill swap into critical firepower. They get a little bit closer, and then every single shot in the head is doing 113. So maybe that's all that means, is that you're going to be having for the next 3 shots, you know, boosted damage. It seems like a lot of, you know, a big ask to do, you know, waste a wire bug in that just to get a few extra, you know, DPS, especially when you have to switch skill swap, which does take some time, which means it gets you out of your rotation and damage that could be missed. I'm not quite sure what to make of that. Really being quite honest here, I'm not really all that big of a fan with what they did with the light bow gun. It didn't really need the help. If they're not going to fix the piercing damage, and they're not going to fix the rapid fire in the way that it currently works right now, then it probably doesn't necessarily need anything more. Like we did see with the longsword, which just got so many benefits. The light bow gun is probably going to fall off a little bit, because it doesn't seem to be getting a whole heck of a lot of loves when it comes to the changes. Wyvern counter doesn't give you any extra damage, and when it comes to this critical firepower situation, a few extra damage here and there is good. But you know, again, if you have to keep wasting soap binds to do that, I'm not necessarily sure if that's all beneficial. But that's about all the information that I want to go over. Again, awesome looking armors. I'm really interested to see what that light bow gun was. If you guys know in the comments, do let me know. But if you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.